Hey, this is episode 9 of Manga Masterclass, where I go through my manga list in alphabetical order, and in this episode I will start the letter D, and the first manga alphabetically that starts with the letter D is Dandadan. So without further ado, let's get the video started with. First, let's quickly do a brief overview about the manga overall. Dandadan has 182 chapters at the time of writing this script, and has been serializing since April 6th of 2021, which, fun fact, is less than a week apart from when Blue Box started serializing. Dandadan is written and illustrated by Tatsuyoki Nobu, who used to be an assistant to Tatsuki Fujimoto and helped him work on Fire Punch. Dandadan has one anime season currently released and one season scheduled for July 2025. Dandadan follows Okarun and Momo as the main characters, although Okarun is the protagonist. I would mention and compare Tatsuyoki Nobu's other works to Dandadan, but honestly, apart from Dandadan, he hasn't had anything successful. He's had 3 one-shots and 2 manga other than Dandadan published. The manga are Justice no Rogoku and Fireball. Yeah, I also hadn't heard of them before writing the script. Alright, now, I'll try to very briefly tell you about the timeline of events. So first is the intro arc / Turbo Granny arc, which introduces the story's main characters, aka Okarun, Momo, Seiko, and Turbo Granny. And right off the bat, it's weird as fuck. But more about the quirks of Dandadan in a minute. The next arc is the acrobatic Silky arc. Now, if there had to be a worst arc in Dandadan, this would definitely be it for me. But it's mostly because the other arcs are just that good. After that is the Serpo arc. Now, when I was reading this, I was in the gym and I actually really liked this arc, but then this happened and I was trying so hard not to laugh. But after that is the arc that introduces probably my favorite character in the series, Gigi. Now the arc itself isn't that incredible, don't get me wrong, I really liked it. It even had the moment where Gigi decided to share his body with the evil eye, but there just wasn't that hype moment factor for me, so it's like an 8 out of 10 arc for me. But the next arc, this arc might be my favorite arc in the entire series. It's the evil eye arc. Now Okarun versus the evil eye fight is without a doubt my favorite fight in the entire series. I was also in the gym when I was reading this, and I remember just being in awe about how incredible that fight and arc was. Moving on is the Kaiju arc, which also introduces a new and completely out-of-pocket character, but that's also what makes him so funny and likable. I know a lot of people don't like Kinta, but I find him so funny that it completely makes up for it. Ooh, the next arc is probably my second favorite arc in the series. It's the Space Globalists arc. Now, to start this arc off, there's something that happens that is very interesting, which is the almost like alien invasion, in which I fucking loved their short but sweet Okarun fight. Okarun was fighting like a 4v1 and holding his own, and they were even hyping him up like, hey yo, wait, how can this guy move like this on a planet with such strong gravity? You gotta appreciate some Okarun hype. Wait, that wasn't even the main focus of the arc. The main focus of the arc is the new character who is adorable. Vamola is so innocent and I fucking love seeing her every time she gets some screen time. Momo at some point was thinking, hey yo, we got a problem or something? When in reality, Vamola was just caring about Momo and trying to imitate her. Wait, I have other arcs to talk about. The third to last arc is the Onbusuman arc, aka where the singer girl, Rin, is introduced, and the arc is mostly focused on her overcoming her fears and the spirits around her forgiving her. Then is the arc which I read most of before stopping reading week to week. It's the Danmanra arc. Pretty much, I was reading week to week and keeping up to date with the chapters, but then the month-long hiatus happened, because of which I stopped reading week to week, and now I just binge it like every 6 months when there's about 20 new chapters to read. And finally, there's the Kozuka Knives arc, which I have no idea anything about because I'm just not up to date with Dandadan anymore. But finally, let's move on to the next segment. Alright, here's some things I think Dandadan does great. Firstly, the story is so unique. The ideas in each arc are so interesting, and I often wonder, how does a person even come up with something like this? Little fun fact, apparently, before Dandadan was approved, the author was forced to read 100 romance manga, so he would know how to make a good romantic relationship for Dandadan. Secondly, the art is truly a spectacle. Just look at these panels. Isn't this just incredible? The characters are also definitely a strong point in the series. To make someone care about a fictional character is a huge feat in and of itself, and there are so many characters that you care for in Dandadan. The 2 strongest examples that first come to mind are Vamola and Gigi / Evil Eye. I fucking love them. I also love the other main cast, but those 2 just stand out. Alright, next, tell me, what is the similarity between these 2 manga? If you answered anything but meme ability, then you failed the class. Here, take this. You can redeem yourself by clicking the subscribe button. No, I'm becoming a sellout. No, it's happening sooner than I thought. Fuck, I'm getting sidetracked again. JoJo got so popular because of the memes. Even if you don't know what JoJo is, there's no denying that you definitely know the to be continued, or the you thought it would be Jonathan, but it was me, Dio, or just Dio, or Sawada. Dandadan also has wildly popular memes. Like, if you read manga, there's about a -1% chance that you haven't seen this meme. They're both memeable, they're great. Moving on. The bad. I have nothing to say. No, like, actually. Like, I even looked through the reviews that said Dandadan is trash, and they're all just wrong. Apart from the comedy point, which, like, I guess comedy is subjective, so I'll let that one go. But I seriously can't think of a single bad thing. Dandadan is just so good in each aspect. There's nothing to hate about it, at least for me. Alright, Dandadan. Dan. Dan-da-dan-da-da-da-dan. Dan-da-da-dan-da-da-dan-da-dan. So, I'll shortly tell you about my thoughts about the series. Overall, Dandadan is great. Just kidding. Dandadan was one of my first manga that I ever read. It was like Fire Punch, Kaiju number 8, Sakamoto Days, and then it was Dandadan. Back then, I wish Dandadan was more popular so I could talk to more people about it. And I'm so happy that it is more popular now with the anime being a huge success. Even if that drags some unwanted people into. Anyways, I personally think the peak of the story already happened with the Okarun vs Evil Eye fight. Then I guess it's like not peak story, but like peak fight. You get what I mean. That doesn't mean that there won't be other hype moments. Just so far, nothing has even rivaled that fight for me personally. Though I have to say, the Kinta fight was batshit crazy. And that fight will always be lurking at the back of my thoughts. Fucking insanity. The art is beautiful, and the story is really one of the weirdest things I've ever read. That's part of why I think it's so enjoyable. Alright, for the final point, let's mention some weird shit about Dandadan. I said that way too zesty. Alright, literally the first chapter is already so weird. A guy's dick gets stolen. Momo gets stripped and gets threatened with a robotic phallus. Then they go on a mission to get his dick back. That's like, okay, I understand why that's a goal, but like, god damn. Then after he actually gets his dick back, he has no balls. Like literally this meme, but it actually is no balls. Then of course there's this infamous panel which 110% of the manga community has seen at least once. And then they go on a mission to find his balls. And there's multiple people who know the goal is to find his balls. This is so weird. Then there's Kinta. Kinta is like his own fucking entity. I'm pretty sure he wanted to just talk to Momo, and he heard that Momo and Okarun were talking about Okarun's family jewels. And then he went over and said out loud, 10-gallon wiener. That's an insane icebreaker. Imagine, you're just chilling at school, talking to your friends. All is going well. Then some dude approaches you and says 10-gallon wiener. This is so weird. And by the way, they have been searching for Okarun's for like 120 chapters or something now. This is crazy. But of course, at the end of the day, that's what makes Dandadan stand out, and that's why people love Dandadan so much. It's so weird that people, including me, really like it. It stands out and it's interesting. It's a weird change of pace, and I'm here for it. Alright, I think that's it. If you enjoyed, please be sure to like and subscribe. And this was episode 8 of Manga Masterclass. And if you want to see more Dandadan content, you can click this video that you see on screen now, where I rated all of the Dandadan covers like 8 months ago or something. Anyways, once again, I hope you enjoyed and I hope to see you next time. See ya!